Hello guys, welcome to another session on answer writing program. So here I'll be giving you a question from the first chapter, very simple question. Look at the question and we'll see how you're going to answer it, okay? So here is your question. Yeah, so you can see very clearly it's a very simple question. European society witnessed two important revolutions in the 19th century, right? Discuss how these revolutions contributed in the emergence of sociology. So you need to talk about the two revolutions, okay? And then talk about the criticisms, and then you need to conclude by talking about its contribution in the emergence of sociology. So it's a very straightforward answer, very simple one. So how you are going to proceed with this? You can talk about, the other factors you can discuss right here. We need to focus more on French Revolution and Industrial Revolution. But you can also talk about modernity and other things, intellectual revolutions and everything we can discuss, but we will give more importance to French Revolution and Industrial Revolution. I've given a separate PDF for each of these and then go through that. And then, you'll be in a position to get all the content which is required. So you can say the emergence of sociology in 19th century was a response to the significant social and intellectual transformation which was taking place in Europe. You can talk about the role of modernity also. And then you bring into these two dimensions here, the French Revolution and the Industrial Revolution, where the most important events that profoundly altered the social, political, economic fabric of European society. And that laid the basic or the groundwork for the development of sociology, or that actually set the context. Especially French Revolution, in fact, set the immediate context. In fact, Industrial Revolution and the challenges associated with that also contributed as the immediate context. So these revolutions provided the thematic focus and intellectual impetus also for the early sociological thought. So that's how you can give an introduction, and then you talk about contribution of French Revolution, contribution of Industrial Revolution, how Industrial Revolution created issues, how French Revolution created chaos. So, and how the context was immersed, and then talk about role of intellectual also, if possible, Auguste Comte, Saint-Simon, and if possible, others also, and conclude your answer. So I hope it's a very simple one. So you can talk about French Revolution marked a dramatic shift in the societal and political landscape of Europe. And that replaced the feudalism with democratic ideals, right? And it profoundly influenced early sociological thoughts by emphasizing themes of social change and disorder. Talk about various dimensions, the transformation of political structure, the French Revolution, that led to the collapse of feudalism, and that led to the rise of democracy. The thinkers like Voltaire, Rousseau, Montesquieu, their ideas, of individual liberty, equality, and popular sovereignty, which inspired the sociologists to study social structures and political institutions. And then you talk about social disorder. The French Revolution created or resulted in total chaos with the breakdown of traditional institutions and norms. Right, and the society witnessed a total turmoil because, see, societies like England, if you see, it was a gradual process transition towards democracy, but here it was immediately after a revolution. So the question of success of democracy was again uncertain. So that uncertainty associated with the success of democracy, that again led to chaos in French society, that created that immediate context. So Auguste Comte, Saint-Simon emphasized the need for a scientific approach to study the reordered society, right? And that led to the birth of sociology. You can say that's the immediate context, the chaos in France, because these are French sociologists, if you see, right? Again, you can talk about religious changes. That revolution challenged the dominance of church and promoted secularism. So the shift from religious to secular authority, that provided a new context for understanding society. Then the emergence of intellectual ideals, right? As I discussed already. So the French Revolution was an intellectual revolution, in fact, that inspired that enlightenment. And this era, if you see, they focused more on reason, empirical study, logic, evidence, and shaping the methodological foundations of sociology. So you can say Peter Berger aptly states, sociology is one of the intellectual product of French Revolution. So since this question is related to, French Revolution and Industrial Revolution, I'm adding this thinker. So you can say, according to Peter Berger, sociology is one of the intellectual product of French Revolution, as it sought to address the new social realities arising from the upheaval. Now, see, this is enough, right? And then now we can discuss about Industrial Revolution in the context of emergence of sociology. So you see, Industrial Revolution, 18th and 19th century, that again brought unprecedented economic and social changes, transformed the traditional agrarian society into industrial society. And that shift actually created significant social problems and opportunities for sociological inquiry. So you can discuss about that. You can talk about rise of capitalism. So industrial capitalism have emerged as a dominant economic system. Talk about Karl Marx and his views, upper class, lower class, the capitalist and the worker, bourgeois, proletariat, how the upper class is exploiting the lower class, and how the alienation and everything you can discuss. You can talk about Weber studied its role in shaping modern society, right? So all these you can mention over there. Rise of capitalism, and then industries emerged, right? And people are forced to work in inhuman condition with less wages, poor working condition, with more time and other things. So exploitation was there. Slums have emerged around factories. Nuclear families have emerged, and domestic violences have come. So pickpocketing, new types of crimes have come. All these have never witnessed before. So a new type of society have emerged. So a new body of knowledge is required to explain all this. Apart from that, you see a new class structure have came, right? Comprising industrial worker, that's a proletariat, and then the manager, that's a middle class, and then the capitalist. So earlier, you see a capitalist and the worker, or the upper class and the lower class. Now there is an emergence of middle class. So the existing strata is again divided. So there is a social divide again. The social order has been changed. So there is a need to redefine the society was felt because of the middle class. Their aspirations again need to be accommodated within the existing socio-economic framework. For that, you need to redefine things. So that stratification again became focus of sociological analysis. That you will see Marx is talking about class polarization, bourgeoisization, proletarianization, everything. Weber is talking about the role of middle class, right? Again, urbanization and its challenges. Industrial cities that were growing rapidly, that result in overcrowding, poverty, crime. The Chicago School have actually studied the urban life and its effect on human behavior. Coming to technological advances, the technological system, right? The factory system that revolutionized production, depersonalizing labor and altering family structure led to dehumanization, alienation, etc. You can discuss. Even Durkheim have analyzed these changes, right? Especially the division of labor and its implication for social cohesion. Marx analyzed in terms of social conflict and alienation. Again, rise of socialism, the inequalities which is created by the capitalist setup that led to socialist movement, that again providing material for sociological studies. Marx's views on socialism, you can write, right, as a response to capitalism, its flaws, and as a solution to the exploitation within capitalism. Durkheim and Weber were critical of this, its implication actually. So all these you can write when it comes to industrial revolution, right? The impact, again, micro, macro changes you can talk about, right? And then you can talk about some criticism also. They were, played critical role, right? French Revolution and Industrial Revolution. The other intellectual development also influenced the emergence of sociology. Talk about political philosophy. Thinkers like Hobbes, Locke, Rousseau, they laid the groundwork for understanding social contract and governance. Philosophy of history, right? Thinkers like Hegel influenced Marx's dialectical approach. We discuss about dialectical materialism in comparison with Hegel's dialectical idealism. Biological theories, again, Darwin's theory of biology, evolution, that inspired Herbert Spencer's survival of the fittest approach in sociology. Durkheim also used this evolutionary approach. In fact, Marx also used this evolutionary approach in the theory of historical materialism to understand the evolution of society. And then Parsons' theory, you can see evolutionary approach. So all the sociologists, in fact, in the beginning, many sociologists have used this approach, right? Again, social reform movement, the feminist and the, abolitionist movement in Europe and the US actually contributed sociological studies on inequality and various rights. Development of social survey method. See guys, all these we in fact discussed when we discussed about emergence of sociology. Towards the end, we added that intellectual contribution. The same thing, you can cut, copy, paste here. So the quantitative methods enable the empirical research that shaped the sociology as a scientific discipline in the beginning. So that's all the methods and the contributions you can mention. And then towards the end, you can say the French Revolution and Industrial Revolution were transformative event that provided that immediate context for the emergence of sociology. And you say that French Revolution highlighted the need for scientific approach to understanding the social change and order. And the Industrial Revolution exposed the complexities of modern industrial society like capitalism, class conflict, urbanization issues, slums, and new crimes, etc. So sociology actually emerged as an intellectual response to these rapid changes, including French Revolution, Industrial Revolution. They were acting as very key contributors, modernity, and other dimensions also, which aim to understand and address the challenges of this modernizing world, right? So you need to understand this, you need to explain this, you need to provide solution for the problem, and you need to predict the future of society. That was the idea when initially Saint Simon thought of social physics, and later Auguste Comte coined the term sociology and laid the basic framework for sociology. So Industrial Revolution and French Revolutions were important, were pivotal, but other intellectual and social movements also contributed, making sociology a comprehensive discipline to analyze and interpret society's complexities. So that's how you will be concluding your answer. And I hope that's a very decent and very clear answer also. So that's about this session, guys. Thank you so much. If you like the video, share it with your friends. If you're looking for any mentorship for sociology or test series for sociology or the course, check out the details in the description and download the PDF if you are looking for from the description. So see you guys in the next session. Thank you so much.